Hey, what's up, carnivores? Zach here with American Smoke, and today we're going to be trying something that I like doing. It's made its way around the brisket world. Y'all have probably heard of it. I've noticed that it's making its way around the rib world. So we're going to be doing our own video on it, and we're going to show y'all how it works and see what sort of results we get using the foil boat method. Today we're doing spare ribs, St. Louis cut, foil boat method. Y'all stick around, I'm going to show you how I do it. All right, so first thing you want to do, this is just typical ribs. We've cut these down to St. Louis cut. As per ribs, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be starting off bone side up. I made a video earlier showing how I trim these up. Y'all check them out. What we've done is we've scored the membrane instead of removing it. And that's just to let the flavor through, to let the fat render out. I'm just going to slather these down with mustard real good, and then we're going to be hitting them up with a little bit of Lane's barbecue, salt, pepper, garlic. This stuff has a great grit to it, a great grain size, which is going to add texture to our bark, and it's going to also grab more smoke as the smoke floats over it. And our seasoning today is Buck and Ames Pit Champ pork rub. So we're just going to get a healthy coat of that onto the bone side of these ribs. Make sure that you do not have any bare spots. Get an even coat. You don't want to forget the sides. A lot of times when you're seasoning your ribs, it's that extra effort that you put in to make sure that it's evenly coated that makes a world of difference when it's all said and done. I am doing the St. Louis cut for this video and for the foil boat method just because of the size. You know, it shrinks down the rack and it's going to make it a little easier to make a boat as opposed to a big rounded off set of spares. Going to hit it up with the SPG, and then we're going to come in with the Buck and Ames, the pork rub. That looks phenomenal. Beautiful color. It's going to really do something special on this St. Louis cut of ribs. So all that's left to do is to get these ribs into the smoke. We're running this smoker today at about 250 degrees. We've got competition blend burning in the hopper, and we've got mesquite pellets burning in my smoke tube. We've already got some individually cut ribs, trying something new today. These are all cooking individually, and we're gonna do the foil boat method up here at the top. If y'all haven't seen this video, if it's already out, make sure to check it out. We're gonna see how those individually smoked ribs turned out. This smoker just keeps getting prettier and prettier and prettier. And I'll be honest with you, I think I'm in love. Everything looks great, great, great. So hour and a half in, everything's looking good. Everything's taking on smoke. Now everything is spritzed with a 1 to 3 apple cider vinegar to water mix. See y'all out here in about an hour and a half where we're going to be probing and checking temp on some of these ribs, seeing what's up with them, and figuring out what we want to do next. We're at that point with our St. Louis cut ribs that we are ready to make our foil boat and prepare them to go back into the smoke. So let's get them out of the smoker and over to the foil. These things are looking phenomenal. Check out that color. I mean, just beautiful. Very pretty. And already nice and bendy. The reason we're doing the foil boat is because what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to preserve the bark. A lot of times when you wrap, you lose bark. But when you don't wrap completely, you lose some tenderness sometimes. So hopefully what we're gonna get here is a nice balance between still having the bark on the top of the ribs, but still getting a slight steaming coming from the bottom without it being too strong. So we're just going to slide these back a little bit, and we are going to just put a few pats of butter down right along where the ribs are going to sit, and we are going to set that on top of that butter. I don't put a whole lot of seasoning down up underneath it because the seasoning is not really going to rise up. In between our bones, we're looking at about 155, 56 degrees. So this is a great time to get it wrapped up into the foil. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put a nice little coat of seasoning on the top. If you've never made one of these boats, it's real simple to do. You just roll it up, get it nice and tight up to the edge, fold it up just like that. You don't want it to have a lot of space. You want it to be relatively tight up around the meat, but still have exposure to smoke around the very edge and around the top. So just like this, nice little boat. Go sailing down the river if need be. We got a little bit of Mike's Hot Honey here that we're gonna coat these ribs with. I tried some of this the other day, and man, where has this been all my life? It is very good, and it's gonna offer a great sweet heat to these ribs. And just because it's America, we're gonna put some butter on top. Got butter on the bottom. You don't wanna be butter stingy to the top, do you? Ain't nobody got time for no butter stingy. So that looks beautiful. Let's get that back into the smoker. So these will be going back into the smoker for about another 2, maybe 2.5 hours. We'll see how it goes when we probe temp them. Be careful when you slide that into your smoker. Make sure you don't tear holes in your foil. You want that to hold in the juices, baby. We're gonna go ahead and check the temp in between the bones on our St. Louis cut ribs that we've got in our foil boat. Oh my goodness gracious almighty, look at that. Oh my gosh, that is just beautiful. So we're sitting at about 170 degrees, 175 degrees. Still got just a little bit of tug. You can move it around before you pull it out. That's how you kind of know it's got some tug. So those are still cooking up at the top of the smoker. They're probably gonna be just a little bit slower, but they are coming along nicely with beautiful color. I expect those to come in around the 6-hour mark, whereas some of the other stuff on here is gonna be a little bit quicker, which is what you want. That way you can, you know, sample stuff. All right, the hour is upon us. The foil boat St. Louis cut ribs are done. I decided not to sauce these. I really want to get a taste for that Buck and Ames, see what's up with that. But man, do they look pretty. We're gonna close the pit up, give it a nice break after a long day of hard work. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The Pit Boss earned its money today. We're gonna let these cool while the Pit Boss cools down itself, goes through its cooling process. By the way, if y'all are just unplugging your Pit Boss, that might be why you're having some trouble with your startup and things like that, because it has to clear all of the pellets that are burning out of the pot. It keeps the fan going and burns them all down to nothing but ash. That way you don't have a pot overfill at the next time you cook, and then it kind of goes into your auger and fire can go up your auger and into your pellet chamber. You don't want that. But we're gonna let these cool for a minute, then we're gonna cut into them and see what's up with the Buck and Ames St. Louis style spare ribs. All right, mi amigos, everything should be cooled down at this point. We're just gonna go ahead and set these onto the cutting board. Ooh, careful. Oh, that looks good. That looks so stinking good. Put some of that buttery goodness over the top of them. Oh, man, does that look good. We'll set that down here because I don't have anywhere else to put it. So this has had the Buck and the Ames pork rub with the Mike's Hot Honey. We put some butter on these things. We cooked them using the foil boat method. We're gonna see what that life be about. I love doing these experiments. I hope y'all don't mind me trying these new things. I hope you, if you're a subscriber, that you enjoy this stuff. If you found me because you were researching, I hope that you found something beneficial. If you did, make sure to hit that like button for me. Make sure to become a subscriber to my channel. We've got a juicy, tender piece of rib that I don't see anything wrong with. I did not sauce these, so these are just pure bark with hot honey and butter, which I'm gonna be honest with you, sounds fantastic to me. Hot honey and butter bark. Oh my gosh, give me a break. Just very tender. Let's go ahead and try a bite of one of these bad boys. That's just a pretty piece of pork right there. Extremely tender. I really do think this is the best of both worlds between no wrap and wrap. If you haven't tried this, you need to give it a shot because that's really good. Man, it's not gooey like it would be if you cooked it just in foil, but you can pull it off of the bone nice and clean. Wow. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you have any questions, if you have any critiques, if you have any recommendations for future content, anything like that, just let me know down in the comments below. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. Man, it's been a fun day of barbecue. Lots of content coming up from today. Hope y'all enjoy all of it. Thank you so much, and we'll see y'all in the next video.